Baldur's Gate 3 has so many weapons, and a lot of them are magical, and they've been so kind to us to let us just inspect those weapons and see what kind of magic they do. But it turns out those sneaky developers actually snuck in secret abilities and hidden unlisted stats in some of these items without us knowing, and for us to just hit things and see what happens. Well, lucky for you, I've been combing through these items to look for just that, so you don't have to cast random spells on stuff to see what happens. So here's my list of 7 weapons with hidden unlisted abilities for Baldur's Gate 3. Turns out, not just being a nod to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
but not strike 2! Easy!
Charlie Day's Rat Bat also has a secret hidden ability that does additional damage, and it's not listed anywhere on the item. This bat normally will allow you to get advantage on targets that are animals, but it also does additional 1d6 piercing damage to anything it hits, which makes a lot of sense as it does have nails driven into it to make it easier for you to do Charlie work. You can find this behind the bar in the tavern at Act 2. When I first found this thing, I was a little disappointed, but you know, a D10 and a D6 and an advantage against animals, it's not too bad. At first look, the iron club that you get from beating the cursed shambling mound was a bit of a disappointment, but turns out its unlisted ability is if you cast Shillelagh on it, it does an additional D4 of damage. Therefore, taking a one-handed weapon that's just a normal D4 plus 1 into a D8 plus your wisdom modifier plus additional D4. This is actually going to come pretty handy in Act 2 where you find it because there are tons of skeletons and they're all vulnerable to bludgeoning, so you can just get to cracking. The Clown Hammer kind of sounds like a bummer situation. Every time you hit somebody with a critical hit, they burst out in laughter, but unfortunately, so do you. There's actually a way around this. The hidden ability for this item is that if you happen to be wearing clown paint, you are unable to burst out in fits of laughter. You can buy your clown paint from the mummy salesman at the circus. You can live your Harley Quinn fantasy loud and proud while everyone else around you dies from laughter. On paper, the Rupturing Blade Rapier isn't too much special. All it does is give you a special skill that inflicts a d6 of fire damage plus your proficiency bonus, and kinda hurts you a bit at the same time. What it doesn't tell you is that this skill has a hidden ability which inflicts both bleeding and burning on your target. So not only are you doing a d6 plus around 3 to 5 points of additional fire damage, but you're also inflicting 2 points of slashing per round, 2d4 additional fire over the time, and they have disadvantage on their constitution saving throws. It's not too bad. Wellbrum's Hammer is also a secret hidden weapon, although its secret ability is about underwhelming as his personality is. His Light Hammer is a regular +4, adding to the d4 damage, but if you strike inanimate objects, it does additional 2d4 force damage against it. So it will help you pry open doors, but not gonna help you save the gnomes. The Justiciar Scimitar is way more badass than it already is. It comes with tons of abilities, not only just being a +2 scimitar already, but a secret hidden ability unlisted on this item actually lets the wielder be proficient in this scimitar, making it a really good weapon for wizards or sorcerers or any kind of spellcaster that you need to put a weapon in their hands. It'll allow that wizard to stay invisible while they use the abilities on that scimitar to blind them and fight with advantage. You can get this in Act 2 in Char's Gauntlet if you thoroughly piss off the rats. And our next one isn't so much as a secret hidden ability as much as it is just a completely secret weapon. The Pelor Sun Rapier is tucked away hidden inside Cazador's Manor. After dropping down to the secret hidden lower level, you can, with a very lucky survival check, uncover a casket that is trapped to find a magical +2 rapier that also gives you advantage against all enemies that are undead. The secret about this rapier though is that it's not just with the weapon that you get advantage against undead, it's all attacks that you make against undead. And as you are about to fight a vampire lord seconds after finding this rapier, this is a really good stat stick weapon to put on a caster that plans on doing Scorching Rays or something that's going to hit a lot. This rapier also belongs in its own category of hidden ability weapons, and that would be weapons that give you advantage against type X, but actually it's everything you have now has advantage against that type. The Hunter Shortbow, Grendel's Aspiration Crossbow. If you find a weapon that gives you advantage against something, chances are it's not just for that weapon. Hey, did you guys know that we're playing D&D live on this channel? I'm playing D&D with viewers of the channel and our Discord. If you wanted to stop by and say hi, we're going to be playing this Thursday at 5 p.m. And if you wanted to play with us, all you had to do is join the Discord, follow the instructions, and you could be one of our players in our weekly games. I also want to thank all our sponsors, but especially these guys right here. Everybody in the adventure category or higher get put into the ending credits and get put into a weekly raffle that pulls every Sunday. This week, we're giving away one of our dice hoodies. It's one of the favorite hoodies I've ever owned, honestly. If you wanted to join that raffle, there's a link to join the memberships in the description. Until then, bye, I love you.